YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? I hope you're having a great day. Today, I am going to be reacting to a video. The Fine Brothers just released one, and this one is called Kids React to Climate Change. I guess they're going to be playing a few of my videos and getting kids to, I don't know, react to them. So I'm going to react to their reaction. Let's jump in.
Before we show you some videos today, we wanted to ask, from what you know, what is climate change?
Never heard of it. I have no clue. Change in weather. I think climate change is like when it's hot, but then it turns cold on a I don't know. I just like heard that it's gonna
Lucas is
all
smart.
over like all the cold climate places. It's like starting to melt, and it's like, not really good for
Janelle.
the environment.
Climate change is global warming, where some people just are releasing toxic gases that are ruining the world, and they don't even acknowledge it. Some people are debating that no, it's just part of evolution, like the Ice Age, and then some people are saying, no, maybe it's the factories.
So climate change is a bit of a controversial
Elon Musk
topic.
right
So we have
there.
some videos talking about the issue, and we'll see what you think.
Maxim.
I think this is gonna be very educational.
Dear future generations, I think I speak for the rest of us when I say, sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry we left you with our mess of a planet.
True.
Sorry that we were too caught up in our own doings to do something.
True.
Sorry we listened to people who made excuses
It's okay.
to do nothing.
It's okay.
Most of us today don't even care about tomorrow.
That's actually true. I care about tomorrow.
I'm sorry that we put profit
little
above people,
sweet
greed
girl.
above
I think I totally agree.
Well, I'm sorry we use nature as a credit card with no spending limit, overdrafting animals to extinction, stealing your chance.
This video still gives me that feeling.
Sad.
See, you can ignore this, but the thing about truth is, it can be denied, not avoided.
This is like making me feel sad.
So I'm sorry, future generations. I'm sorry that our footprint became a sinkhole and not a garden.
Wow.
You know what? Cut the beat. I'm not sorry.
What?
This future, I do not accept it. Because an error does not become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
It's
We
true.
can redirect this. How?
How?
Let
I
me
like her
suggest
bands.
If a farmer
Tell me.
If a farmer sees a tree that is unhealthy, they don't look at the branches to diagnose it. They look at the root. So like that farmer, we must look at the root and not to the branches of government, not to the politicians run by corporations. We are the root. We are the foundation. This generation, it is up to us to take care of this planet. We are not apart from nature. We are a part of nature.
This is a good video. This is very inspirational.
To betray nature is to betray us.
guys.
To save nature is to save us. Because whatever
I agree.
Because if we
My
don't
man.
all work together to save the environment, we will be equally extinct.
That is true. Put need above greed.
We can be extinct. I'm like shaking now. Nature gives us what we need to survive. And if nature's dead, then
We're dead.
another one bites the dust.
Action is an equal and opposite reaction, so
This is learning, but I'm supposed to be in summer.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I try to make the learning entertaining. I'll work on that.
More pollution than ever before.
Yeah.
This is like something that we need to like do something about.
Everything, every species is connected genetically from the sunflower to the sunfish, and this is what we must recognize before it's too late.
Well, you're helping us recognize it.
The real crisis is not
it's
global
so
warming,
sweet.
environmental destruction,
wanna
or
meet
animal agriculture.
these kids.
It is us.
What is? Oh, well.
It is us. These
Yep.
problems are symptoms of us.
It's all because of us.
It is our duty.
It's like us putting all the gas in like the air.
But it is up to you. Yes, you watching
Me?
this behind this screen to make the effort because
You.
time is of the essence.
Wow.
That.
God, I'm flabbergasted.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh, all these videos are making me think. I'm like, oh my gosh, what can I do?
I don't know
Oh
why
my
people
God,
would say
wow.
like it's not real if this is actually happening. Oh, now I just want to like go and do something about it.
So those videos all dealt with the theory of climate change, and to put it very, very simply, climate change is change in the weather that takes place over a long period of time that can impact the planet and how we all live.
Thank you for explaining that.
There are some people who say that it is not something to worry about because the Earth is all always gotten warmer and then colder when you study history, and we have been okay. So this is over-exaggerated, and climate change isn't something to worry about, and we shouldn't make changes that could make life harder or make anyone lose money or cut back because this is normal in the way that it's always been on the planet.
I mean, I can see where they're coming from, but I don't really agree with it because even though that the Earth has been changing and we've been okay, but what if it doesn't turn out okay?
It's like going at like an alarming rate. What happens when there's no ice left?
She said alarming
That's gonna
rate.
happen.
That's an excuse
God.
for their business.
Boom.
Because if their business has to do with anything that hurts the climate, they're gonna have to stop their business.
Right now, it's not really affecting too much. I mean, yes, it's warmer, but it's not gonna kill us. But eventually it's gonna get so hot, we're just not gonna be able to survive. If all the major cities in the world are gonna be drowned, where will people live?
But on
Right.
the other side, many scientists
Let me pause that. This is why actually the Defense Department says that the biggest threat to national security is not terrorists, is not some type of biological, chemical weapon, but it's climate change. Yeah.
say that it is something to worry about, and it's largely because of humans' impact on the planet and the atmosphere making it worse. And there are scientific facts that show it's true, and we have to make an effort to stop this so generations from now we keep the planet safe and livable.
Oh, we're gonna be safe. Spring,
I hope
fall,
so.
and winter all make ice because of how cold it is. How much ice fall, winter,
I like
and
his little hair.
spring made,
It's like the
won't-
slick back.
summer,
He's a cool
for a
kid.
short period of time, won't melt all the ice that all three of those make.
Fonz.
So we just need to stop putting pollution inside the air? That sounds simple.
I don't think
It
we should
is.
severely
It
drop
should
the
be.
things that
Should
we're
be
doing
simple.
right now. Instead of overusing fossil fuels and methane, we have to tone it down a bit so it would be kind of equal.
I've noticed that it's somewhat politicians versus scientists.
Boom.
They sometimes lie,
Boom.
they do things in their
Boom.
own interest. Scientists,
Wow.
their job is to figure out what's wrong, not to figure out a solution to keeping their job.
People that are not scientists, normal people, and sometimes presidents are still saying, oh, it's nothing
Right.
to worry about, even though real scientists are saying we need to
Right.
worry about it.
The other
Right.
argument is just people thinking that they're right. But this one is proving that they're right. You're being really dumb to argue against facts.
You know, it's interesting because imagine if you're on an airplane, you got 100 pilots on this airplane, and 99 pilots say, yeah, you know, we're headed into this mountain if we don't change course. And one pilot is like, no, we're not, that's not gonna happen. What would we do? Will we change course? Because 99% of scientists say that this is real, yet we have 1% of people that say it's not real. I mean, what would you do? Would you take precaution anyway? I think that's the smart thing to do. Moving
I feel
on.
climate change is something we should be worried about.
I don't necessarily oh, you should always be scared about this.
You have to be positive, people.
No.
You can't be all
Yep.
down for the
I
rest
think
of it.
positivity is great because, you know, I always say Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. He didn't say, I have a nightmare. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is bad. No. It is through inspiration that we change and move the masses. Possibility and positivity that we have to continue, not the doom and gloom, because that just gets people depressed. So every video I make, I try to end on a positive note. I might take you down a trip, you know, get sad, but I always want to end on a positive note. I think we all need to do that because it is positivity and inspiration that really changes behavior in the direction of humanity.
Die in 2 seconds.
It's a pretty big issue, because what if it gets too hot?
We should be worrying about that, because then, if we have children, they might not have a safe place to live, actually. And they might have to live in a rocket ship in space.
Look, there's scientific
Elon
facts, and I
Musk.
don't know why you would argue with that. The people that don't really believe in it, should look at the facts, just research all this stuff, and then maybe you could try
Yes.
to change their mind, and then they can help our environment
Right.
as well.
Try to
Why do you
change
think
that's
that
it.
even though there is a lot of scientific
That's
facts
it.
being discussed, that people can't seem to agree
Good
on?
question.
Because, the people are like,
well, not everyone knows everything. Some scientists may not even think that, and then they'll be like, well, then what's the point of thinking it's true? Some scientists do.
I have no idea what makes them think, oh yeah, scientists are lying. There's scientific facts stating global warming is happening.
Facts are facts. It doesn't, nobody can change a fact. Scientists aren't the people who cut down the trees and stuff like that. They're trying to help the environment.
It's mostly the people in the factories trying to keep their jobs. And if they say, okay, you're right, I admit this is probably changing the climate, people are not going to buy their products. They're going to boycott.
Finally, being a kid, a lot of the time you don't get to have your voice heard on important issues such as this, even though this type of issue in many ways impacts your life as you grow up more than adults of today.
Exactly.
So what would be your message for all the adults out there in terms of why they should pay attention to this issue?
Well, adults should just listen to scientists. They're way smarter than you. And it'll help me and your future grandchildren stay healthy.
Smarten up, people, because climate change is here and you need to fight it.
Do you want your child to have a good, healthy life when they're an adult? Then you need to know global warming is happening now. There's no denying it. So do something now.
What a way to end that video. Wow. I am thoroughly impressed, astonished, amazed, blown away by these kids that are so articulate, so open-minded, so genuine in their views on climate change and just in general. Just this is empowering. This is inspiring for me to know that, hey, when I'm gone, we will leave the world in good hands. Moral of the story, let's leave the world in a good place so that we can leave it to these very intelligent, very, wow, just wonderful, wonderful kids. You know, the Native Americans, they felt like they had to take care of the land for at least 7 generations. 7. We need to adopt that way of taking care of the land, taking care of each other, if we are going to continue as a species, because again, it ain't about saving the world. It's about reimagining the world. The world is going to be okay. We got to save us. And to save us, we got to reimagine, rethink how we're treating each other and how we're treating our environment. I want to say thank you to the fine brothers that created this video, trying to spread awareness to a problem that affects us all. Thank you to the kids, the smart, intellectual, just heart-centered kids that were in this video that really showed up and showed out. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. And until next time, peace.